Alright, so DL Sands is now, not by a long shot, the worst fight in the game right now. First he has time stop, and then if you're unlucky enough to be in a bad spot, the road rollers will instantly kill you. And then he has the Kamehameha wave, which just evaporates anyone who isn't at the very edge of the sides in the map, so you're kind of just forced to go there for most of the fight. Not to mention, you are literally trapped at the start of the map for the first 30 seconds, because time stop happens immediately, the road rollers come in soon after, and then the Kamehameha wave just stops you for like a whole 10 seconds. And even after you get past that, oh yeah, it's literally just waiting for the whole rest of the fight. You do nothing else but wait and hope you don't get attacked by those road rollers that can go to the very edge and attack you still. So not only do you have to wait like 30 seconds to even do anything in the fight and actually proceed forward, you also have to play a raiding simulator for like the next 2 minutes or else you die instantly. And then those road rollers can immediately come in and kill you at any moment if you're unlucky enough. So you can see why this fight is complete garbage, bro. And since I'm done explaining this fight and why it's so awful, let's finally skip over this so we can move on to the next 4 F tiers. Oh boy. Yeah, After Tail Phase 2 genuinely sucks. Literally the first half of the fight is just nothing, and then after is this really horrible Gaster Blaster section that I need to talk about. Actually, before that, there are these bones which you will always get hit by at least one, so you're already pretty low and you get one shot here. That's kind of bad. The only improvement here is that I really tracked my statement about a beginner not being able to tell that they have to switch lanes on the Gaster Blaster section because the bone comes out of nowhere. And now let me show you the biggest problem with this fight by a long shot. As you can see, I'm about to beat the fight with ease, and then boom! The Gaster Blaster is collidable, so I just get demolished with it. Just not being even fair. Let me explain why. Basically, because you're already constantly jumping, by the time you reach the Gaster Blaster, your jump won't be high enough to clear it most of the time unless you go to the exact middle and pray that you make it. This means more likely or not, you're gonna have to play the fight over again even though you should have beaten it because the owner didn't want to, make it fair. Not to mention the fight is already like annoying enough already, which you could realistically see why this is in the bottom 2 with DL Sands. And then there's the despicable combo with the fast flying bones and the falling bone. Basically, if you're not in the best possible spot, you literally just get trapped, and then the falling bone just one-taps you, or the fast flying bones one-tap you. Yeah. Anyways, we're finally at the winning run, so we can get this over with. Thank God. And see how I still get stuck here and almost die? And welcome in Dust Sands, or I guess Snowden Dust Sands, but the game doesn't call him that. We immediately face a problem with the bones just being laggy, and the platform just disappearing on top of you randomly for like no reason. Seriously? Eventually, when you get lucky enough, you do reach the platform and make it to this section. Yeah, this is the 4th time where this section has appeared, by the way. And this one is like by far the worst because this path is just straight up not even possible to do. Or it's just so hard that you should just take the path in the middle, man. I also forgot to mention that the moving platform has no indication and doesn't stick at all. You have to run on it. I almost decided to do this path again, and then I just realized, oh yeah, you literally just have to jump 3 times in the middle. So I just do that and the fight's already done. Yeah, that was easy. War Sands is first, like 2/3 of the fight is literally just what you've already seen twice before this fight, with I guess his axe instead. That's kinda cool. And then you reach this section, like, what is this? A singular axe row and a gaster blaster. And somehow, it's actually annoying still. Yes, I'm serious. And really, this fight is just missed potential. It has so much going for it possibly, but it just does nothing with it and decides to just be a lazy mess. Aftertail Phase 1 is still just a nothing burger. The Gaster Blaster this time, in my opinion, isn't that annoying, like how I said last time, but like, there's really nothing else to talk about this fight. It's really just filler for Phase 2. So let's just move on now. And Classic Sands immediately follows Aftertail's footsteps by being basically the same thing but more interesting. The 2 Gaster Blasters and having to squeeze in the middle, or even taking this one skip I do, does bring more enjoyment than you know. That 1 Gaster Blaster, that's only the real reason that Classic Sands is just above Aftertail. When I went into this fight, I was expecting it to still be one of the worst or the worst, really. But I was pleasantly surprised when it wasn't, by a long shot. Something I can really give credit to this fight is how they did this like puzzle thing where you have to use your brain. Basically, the way that you solve this fight is by using the Gaster Blaster's window of not being open to slide around the scythe. This also means that the darkness is just really a distraction. It doesn't really do much compared to what I said previously. But Reaper is not off the hook. That final section with that unindicated like blast of power that just instantly kills you is still bad and why it's still this low. Okay, yeah, it's genuinely absurd how much props I was giving this fight. It's not even that good. Looking back on it, the whole like rating thing is genuinely just boring. I don't know what I was talking about. Basically, you just either run in circles like here, or you jump over the knife like 2 to 3 times, and that's the whole fight. And the only other thing I could say that is like outright slightly long is the ending with, you know, the Reaper curse, where there's just a random blast of power that's unindicated. Like, it does have its major flaws, but overall, would I play this again? Probably not, but it's not bad. Alright, Outer Sands has this cool gimmick with high and low gravity. For the low gravity section, it's pretty cool. That random speed boost isn't cool. It ruins the flow of the section in my opinion. And then there's that one bone that will just get you because you're going fast. Yeah. And then the low gravity section is literally just walking. Why is this even that high up? Oh yeah. Basically the gimmick of low and high gravity is pretty cool, and it's overall just kind of fine as a fight alone. And guess what this fight has? More locking! But more interesting locking, because we go in more directions, I guess. This is also the first time where this infamous section appears, and it's easily the best one. Both directions both have their pros and cons, and that's really it for this fight. Bell Sands is getting the benefit of the doubt, so he just barely makes it into C tier. And in first place is Swap Sands, who for some reason has Gaster Blasters, but the reason why he's first place is that he has the most dynamic locking section, which I guess is cool and has a little replayability, and then these jump pads are pretty fun to mess around with. Yeah, that's really it. For the first fight, it's a good introduction to the game. Sorry for not having an intro, but I honestly didn't really need one. This video is just meant to be a real update on, how I think about this game. Anyways, this game is like, honestly, now a 3 out of 10. There's 5 F tiers, 6 D tiers, and only 2 C tiers now. It starts off decently with Flop Sands, and then goes into a streak of below average fights, and then from there it becomes straight up garbage until like Reaper. Speaking of Reaper, let's go over who improved the most and who went down the most. Reaper went up by 6 placements by going from 11th to 5th place. And Killer went down by 3 placements by going from 1st to 4th place in the new rankings. Anyways, with that out of the way, this is 7 Stuff signing out.